Welcome back to Living Room Clutter, the #1 rhythm gaming podcast from 2015 when the hype for Rock Band 4 and Guitar Hero Live was real. Guitar Hero 5? I meant Guitar Hero Live. Hi, I'm Dave. Joining me, of course. Guitar Hero 5 was it was actually probably the best Guitar Hero. It was probably the most polished.
They should have just renamed it Guitar Hero 5 or Guitar Hero 6 with the 6 buttons. So,
Is that really how that ended? Is that really how that played out?
I mean, it was a 6-button. Guitar Hero Live was 6-button, but it wasn't technically Guitar Hero 6. It would have been. Would that have been?
No, that would have been Warriors of Rock. Warriors of Rock was our last. You could
make the argument it was like Guitar Hero 20, but you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we start counting like Band Hero, DJ Hero, the various other etc. rock-related games, sure, that makes it Guitar Hero 12 or something. This year. Well, we're getting a Guitar Hero game. It was like every 4 months, dude. It was, people joke about like why the franchise died, right, and like why people fell off these games, but that's the reason. Like, yeah, it's not some big grand conspiracy.
No, I mean it's like anything, like, hey, the original Wii was a cultural phenomenon for a minute. People kind of forget that by the time that generation ended, it had fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
And then they tried to follow it with the Wii U, and it really fell off a cliff.
Right, because they couldn't even acknowledge themselves that like it was over. Like it was just shovelware and garbage, and the Wii wasn't something that people had brand loyalty anymore to. We talked about this on the last show I just did about how nobody goes to Pizza Hut anymore and how Pizza Hut sold for a reason, because you don't see the value in it anymore. You're not loyal to that company or its brand or its atmosphere.
I love Pizza Hut. And actually, like 3 months ago, I accidentally walked into one of the ones that has like the bar and stuff still.
That's amazing.
I was driving back from Alabama, and I just decided I didn't want to have like Taco Bell or McDonald's. I was like, I'll get a little personal pizza. I had no idea what I just was getting off that exit. I'll get a little pizza.
Yeah. Go
in there. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like they had the book it sticker on the window. They had the salad bar. It was awesome. It was a very early Saturday, so they weren't like the pizza bar was not going, but they had like signs out like, hey, we do the pizza bar like Monday, Wednesday, Friday or something like that. It was nice. I took a bunch of pictures, sent it to a bunch of group chats.
Genuinely authentic Pizza Hut. Listen. Yeah. Nostalgia is a powerful thing, which is why we're still here.
There's a couple of them in Ohio. I think the closest one to us is about an hour away.
From me.
Yeah, maybe 2 hours for you. Might be closer than that, depending on another one. I don't know.
We should meet in the middle. If it's right in the middle like that, we should just like, all right, I'll meet you there. Let's go to Pizza Hut.
I wonder if it's still open. I went to one of those on my way driving from Put-in Bay to come to Cleveland to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame one year when I was younger. But I mean, I was probably, it's probably 20 years ago, but it's possible it's still there.
There were still Pizza Huts 20 years ago that they all had these. Most of them were like this at that time.
Yeah.
Oh, different times when Guitar Hero 5 Live was good. It's time to talk about the current games. We got Stage Tour here, but it's time for this first. I was playing Rock Band 4 this week just for fun, holding my cracked guitar and rocking out. Man, that guitar is solid, dude.
Oh yeah, that guitar's awesome.
That thing feels so good.
I got rid of my Riff Master. I didn't even. Oh yeah.
Oh.
I don't play the guitar that much in the first place.
Yeah.
So all I really need is one good one, which the cracked guitar is fantastic, and then I've got one for like my audio sync. So I've got one like current gen, I guess Xbox One.
Yeah, guitar. with the camera on it.
Yep. And then I've got technically two for like 360 era. I've got one traditional Rock Band one and one Beatles Rock Band. So
I keep all my instruments just as like spare parts at this point. Like there's like 8 guitars behind me that you can see. If it came down to it, I'd start modding Guitar Hero Live guitars to make them work. Like if that's what it took, I'd do anything to be able to play this game until I'm done. So, just wanted to
I think my Xbox is going to be moving from my sort of main TV room to down in the man cave with the more retro stuff. I really don't use it for anything but Rockman.
Yeah.
And I just ordered a Steam machine, so I think it's going to swap places in the setup.
Ooh, a Steam machine, which you could put Yarg or Clone Hero onto.
Maybe, yeah. I actually got rid of my second PlayStation 5 Pro that basically was just collecting dust in the basement, and got almost what I paid for it, honestly, at this point.
Yep.
Took that money, bought some extra Steam credits, so I didn't have to come as much out of my pocketbook for it. But yeah, ordered a Steam machine. Should be. I'm surprised I don't have a tracking number yet, actually. But
you're the only one I know who had a PlayStation 5 Pro, by the way. You're my only.
Had two.
Are you okay? Are you good?
Well, so the one so you know what? Normally I wouldn't have had two, but here's what the reason that I ended up with two.
Okay.
So I actually made it through the, online horror scape, and I got one of the 30th anniversary pros, the ones that were numbered.
Oh, yep.
But for some reason, I forget the exact dates, but when that came out, whatever it was, 2 years ago or whatever, if you went to like Best Buy and got like a regular pro, it came out like November 10th. For some dumb reason, the 30th anniversary pros didn't come out for 2 weeks. So I had gotten rid of my regular PlayStation 5 because I didn't need two. Then I started reading all the good stuff people were saying about the PlayStation 5 Pro once the reviews actually hit. But I already knew I had mine coming. And so I ended up going and getting a second, or getting, at the time, a first one. Mm-hmm. And I put that as my sort of basement one for, it was hooked up to like my PSVR 1.
Yeah.
So that was like, okay, this is my PlayStation 4 down in the basement for old VR. And I have my racing chair down here. So if I want to play Gran Turismo in VR, it was easier to have that down here than to have it upstairs in the living room.
I gotta come to your house. Get used very much. I gotta come over. You gotta. Listen, this man just said that he couldn't go 2 weeks without his PS5. So he had to get a PS5 Pro early so he can get his 30th anniversary one later. Listen,
you see in the background there's a 30th anniversary portal as well, right?
Yeah,
like on the shelf right there.
Yeah, that's cool. Rub it in. I have a regular portal, like a normal person. That's the one honestly, that's the one I want, but I had already bought a portal. It was too late once I'm like, I'm not buying another portal.
You know what, to be fair, I think I barely have used it. I know everybody's experience with like online streaming is a little different based on what you've got going on.
Yeah.
Certain games play fine with it, but if you're playing something like, my love for Hot Shots Golf, certain games like that are super timing intensive, it's rough.
Yeah, no, it's impossible. What I played a lot of on my portal was Forza Horizon 5.
Sure.
Ton of it. Because steering a car, not a problem if it's not immediately precise.
Super hard, tight turn, right?
Yeah, it's fine, and you can rewind.
Well, yeah, that too.
That was fine. Other than that, my portal has basically gathered dust on my nightstand. That is, yeah. Anyway, other than the general gaming conversation, I went 3 months without a PlayStation 4 when I waited for my PlayStation 4 Pro because the trade-in was so good that that's the reason I ended up with a PS4 Pro. Not because I needed a Pro. It was because my PS4 was janky, and I got like $350 for trading it into GameStop towards a Pro. And
during COVID, they were doing a lot of really good stuff like that. Like I know before the PlayStation 5 came out, I did something similar with my PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah.
Where I had, they gave so much that I was just like, okay, well, I can go for 2 weeks without it. That's fine. Whatever.
I went months, dude. I actually traded in my Xbox One and my PS4 at the same week to get an Xbox One X and a PS4 Pro, but I had to go like 2 months without either. Like it was just like a solid, just like, nope, I got to sit here and wait.
Yep. No, I always figured that eventually what would happen is I would sell the PlayStation 5 Pro that was in my basement when like the PlayStation 6 came out. Yeah. And my 30th anniversary would kind of move from the current stuff down to the old stuff. But with the price increases on everything, the amount of money that they've, been giving,
You made money.
I'm just like, I wouldn't say I didn't make money, but I didn't lose what you would normally like. What was, I think launch PlayStation Pros were
750.
I think it was 700 if you didn't have the disc drive
That's possible. That's possible.
And then the disc drive was like 70 or something. So yeah, I paid like call it 800 with tax or something.
Yeah.
And I got 625. So
I'll get a PS5 Pro when my regular base PS5 breaks, if that, maybe.
Well, I think now I want to say they're 900.
Yeah, I know, Keith. It's probably just
you can find a used one somewhere. That's probably the best way to go.
I buy new consoles. Anyway, let's get on to actual rhythm gaming stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We have a show that talks about rhythm gaming. There's been a couple news stories this week, surprisingly. Right before the show, we realized that we got new set list stuff. Keith, you want to tell me what's on this new set list stuff for Stage Tour? Because, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, so this is set list reveal number 4, according to them.
Yep.
We have Rise Against with Broken Dreams, Inc.,
which is a great song.
Slipknot with Psychosocial.
Which I do believe you know. You just don't realize you know it.
I might have to hear it a couple times to remember it.
Yeah.
And Castle Rat with Siren. Yeah. And they also did say that the next set list reveal will be on the 29th. So.
Ooh, spoiler teasers.
Right before we have... Well, actually, yeah, right.
Yeah, the day before.
We have our next show.
We have a show next week, and then the set list comes out the next day.
Yeah. So...
Thanks, Stage Tour. If you guys would like to send an email to livingroomclutter@gmail.com with an advance notice, I will release the episode later. No, these are really rocking songs. I think they definitely know their audience. I'm getting from every set list reveal, I feel like they know what they're doing.
Yeah, there's definitely a theme every week. They're releasing songs, bands, whatever.
They're also very everything has very classic guitar riff, fun style stuff. Even the pop stuff that I know you're not a huge fan of, like the girl pop stuff. Those
girl pop songs are great, but you got to have something for everybody. It can't just all be Slipknot, because I wouldn't want a bunch of Slipknot either. I'm much more, classic rock, Foo Fighters, whatever, stuff like that than that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the riffs here and stuff are all good stuff, and I think it is leaning. I think this game knows its audience better than even Harmonix did in the end with Rock Band 4. I feel like a lot of the set list reveals for Rock Band 4, because they're catering to this giant audience of people who want all the music in the world. And we were at a point where we had so much of it in DLC and expansions and all sorts of stuff. We had all those genres. They were giving us, I don't know, it didn't feel like songs that we were going to rock out for. And even when we play Rock Band 4 now, we are not playing things even off the Rivals expansion. I don't find us going to those tracks ever.
No.
I feel we're pulling usually a lot from Rock Band 3, had a lot of stuff, and Rock Band 2 had a lot of stuff on the discs. And then the goofiness all came from Lego Rock Band. So these feel like rock songs, they feel like songs that belong in the game, and it is the genre that works across the board.
Yeah, no, I mean, the community always seems to want this type of stuff. They want the hard challenge, and that's fine. There's some of that out there for everybody. They also have to have popular songs that everybody knows.
Well, we've got Island in the Sun. We've got
Yep.
Yeah. I could have gone without that one, guys. I've played it a million times. I'll say it again, and this is the last time I'm going to say this on this episode of this podcast this week, is give me the stuff I don't know and haven't played a million times, and then sell me the stuff I want as DLC. That's the model. As much as it is going to hurt all of our bank accounts, this is good. Another list. Also, they're coming more consistently, Keith, which I think is a good sign in saying how far done they are with this game.
Yeah, you would hope that they're, well, honestly, they kind of have to be just doing like bug fixing and stuff like that. They shouldn't be, at the moment, not adding features. You know, you're making sure it's running. You're making sure it's
clean,
has no problems. Especially, I mean, it's a little easier to make something that works with Xbox or PlayStation. It's a set spec.
Yeah.
But when you have to deal with, you know, a computer and 50,000 different configurations,
yeah,
that's the stuff you got to worry about.
Well, wish list on Steam. If these songs make you excited, that's what they would tell you. Okay, it's time for this. While they were also at San Diego Comic-Con, our friends over at Cracked, who were making Stage Tour, set up a bunch of arcade cabinets, which we've seen because they set them up at IGN Live during Summer Game Fest. But their big grand reveal was that if you came around to their table, you would get a Stage Tour comic book. Keith, how much do you care about a Stage Tour comic book?
Well, I don't really care about almost any comic books, so Stage Tour one definitely wouldn't be on my, you know. Hey, I get it. You're at Comic-Con. That makes sense. That's the promotion that, you know, you can do. Personally, I would have preferred they made a demo playable for everybody, like not just at the show, but
yeah, even if you limit it to saying like you must have Cracked compatible instruments because the demo only supports stuff we know we have out there. Like, I don't know. You're right.
Hey, you can just sing with the microphone, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
I want to play this. I want to play this demo. I want to feel the game. I want to know more, and I want to see people's opinions, and I have not seen any of that yet. I will keep my eyes out for San Diego Comic-Con. I think it's actually next weekend, right? Am I crazy? Or is it? Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
I think not yet.
Yeah, it's next weekend. So, like, maybe we'll get some opinions then from people on the floor. I'm very curious of you guys' opinions. If you are there and you want to reach out to this show, once again.
Technically, it starts Thursday, depending on how much of that is, like, everything. But, yeah, starts Thursday.
Oh, you mean Thursday, the day that Splatoon Raiders comes out? I'm not going to have time to think about some San Diego Comic-Con.
My daughter and you will be in the same boat, but I shall not.
Oh, is your daughter? Should I be playing Splatoon Raiders with your daughter? Is that what you're telling me?
She will, I'm sure, be playing it, but she loves Splatoon.
All right, well then I know who I'm gonna squad up with to take out the salmonids or whatever the hell they're called, the weird giant salmons covered in salt. That's what I'm gonna do.
This one more single player focused than multiplayer focused.
Yes, but you can squad up and yeah, right. there's still a multiplayer component. They've shown some screenshots of these comic books. I've read the 2 pages of the comic book that you can find. It seems very generic. It doesn't give me a bunch of insight on like story.
It's just a little story. You know what they could do? I know they won't because nobody puts manuals in their games anymore. They could have a miniaturized version of it inside the box. But
the band kit would be nice.
Yeah, something.
Even if you had to buy the band kit, considering I bet you were getting a digital code, considering we're not getting physical discs anymore.
Yeah. Did we talk about that last week?
We've made humor
or after the show.
We've made humorous comments about it. I don't think we've dived deep into this, Keith.
Don't get me started.
You know what though? The only thing, don't get us started. But the only thing I am going to say on that for this community in particular, this group, the rhythm gaming community, has experienced the concept of delisting stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Probably harder than most of these communities, right? Like these guys have gotten Call of Duty back and with no hackers and stuff on PlayStation, like great for them, whatever. But we've been losing songs out of our libraries, or the ability to purchase songs, or the ability to export packs from other games for 20 years now.
Yeah.
So
I sure hope there's a physical disc version of this. Not that I wouldn't get a digital version, if it goes on sale at some point, because it's just easy to pop in.
I bought Rock Band 4 and the Rivals expansion. I own it digitally, but I have a physical copy from my band. I actually have 2 physical copies of Rock Band 4 because I bought a band kit, and then they sent me a band kit. So, I have physical copies of the game. Do I count on them ever working, considering how a cluster is all the DLC and stuff? No.
Obviously there's going to be, patches and everything like that anyway, but at least you have the disc. So if for some reason 20 years from now, you can no longer access, I don't know what to tell you about your DLC, but if for some reason 20 years from now, like Xbox goes away completely, and you can't access your stuff anymore, at least you have the disc. You're limited to your whatever 80 songs or whatever, but at least it's possible.
Yeah, it's theoretically possible, which is why things like Clone Hero and stuff are so important to the community. Backing up all this stuff and making sure that everything is archived, and digital media is not ownership, and therefore, if purchasing isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. Okay, moving on to this. Clone Hero got a final update. We mentioned this last week, but I sent you a video that kind of went through it. Graphic enhancements, new combos for full combos. If you don't press a bunch of extra buttons when you're doing hammer-ons and pull-offs, you can get blue crowns. There's special green crowns for drummers who hit their special notes in perfect rhythm. There's a
Gold crown just isn't good enough for people anymore, huh?
No, full combo, just a classic full combo gold stars wasn't good enough. There are leaderboards, which I am kind of shocked.
I was surprised to hear that wasn't already in there.
Yeah,
I would have thought that would have been one of the main purposes.
Yeah, good for them. It's cool that you can see if you're climbing the leaderboard in real time, on the side of your chart. You can watch. You can watch if you're that good. I'm not that good.
I wouldn't be able to do it if I was an expert guitar. I'd have to focus too much on the screen. I could sing a song and maybe keep a little bit of track of it.
Yeah, most of my gold stars are vocals as well, Keith. I've got a couple gold stars on drums and very few on guitar. Some on bass. Bass I'm okay at too. It's this stuff. All this stuff is great. I'm glad that Clone Hero basically got a final graphics patch. I'm glad that it was supported by the community for this long. I think the community will continue to support it because it's open source. I don't imagine that anything that gets added to Stage Tour won't eventually make its way to Clone Hero and Yarg and all the other open source games. Eventually, speaking of delisting. Is any of this? You play a bunch of Clone Hero?
Never played it once.
Okay. I have. I'm a Yarg fan because I like full band stuff, and I think the UI is cleaner. And
Clone Hero doesn't have full band. It's strictly guitars.
I think it's guitars and drums and bass.
You can't even sing?
I think you can play the key parts with the guitars. No, I do not think you can. I don't think you can sing in Clone Hero, but maybe I'm wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I've only seen it in Yarg.
That would be, to me, that would be so backwards. Because even Guitar Hero went to full band, And so by the time Clone Hero would have come out, you would have thought they would have started that way.
Well, Clone Hero started as, I think, only guitar. And then they eventually...
That's what I'm saying. You would think they would have done everything.
By now.
From the jump. Yeah.
Yarg is cool because it supports keys and all sorts of stuff. You can hook up your MIDI keyboards and play keyboard, pro keys and everything.
Nice.
And that's why I like that. And it lets you play. Anybody can play any instrument they want. This is stuff that they've kind of mentioned for Stage Tour, but we're not going to really know how it is until we have it in our hands. Guitar Hero Live was like that, or 5. Am I really going to mix these up till I'm dead? Guitar Hero 5 let you do a bunch of this too, where people could play multiple guitars and stuff in like a free drop in, drop out mode, which I think is just great for casual, fun Rock Band days.
Sure.
There's nothing else in that Clone Hero update. That's it's kind of
I mean, hey, graphical updates, stuff like that. That's great.
Yeah, good stuff.
Everything. It's always nice if something's in 4K on a 4K display. So
yeah, when I spend all this money, I like to use the best stuff I got. Keith, are you a score chaser?
I used to be with singing. There was a couple times that I was number one in the world on Xbox leaderboards. I know at one point I was number one in the world for Lasso.
Okay.
Was one of those songs that, like, you know, I didn't know before I got the game that really grabbed me. So that was one I was number one for a while. I know I'm not anymore, but at one point I was.
I think I could probably count the full combos I have on like a single hand, dude. Like,
oh no, I've got plenty of those on single.
Well, I don't know if I count.
having that and being, you know, ranked like top 10 in the world are two different things. So
I don't.
Then you got to get into like what's the optimal time to like deploy overdrive and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not super worried about any of that. I don't. I probably have more full combos on vocals. Vocals is I hate to call it like the easy instrument, right? But like it
I think
is.
It's easy from the sense of if you know the song, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You don't have to, you know, as long as you know the song, it's really not terribly difficult. There might be a part that's really difficult. Like there are songs that I know super well that I don't have FCs on because there's one part that just I can't get right, you know, or sorry, I can't get the right pitch or something.
Hitting that correct vocal pitch is not always as easy as it sounds. That's, I mean, like somebody say, but like also there are the songs that are just all talky parts. And you could just go blah for hum for 3 minutes and you'd get a full combo. Like it's not impressive.
No, not at all. Like I love the Snoop Dogg songs. I thought it was amazing that they, you know, brought Snoop in, but yeah, they're not difficult to play in any way, shape, or form.
There's value in it being there, and that's why I like say, like I want the beards in here as like I want the funny stuff. I want the this doesn't belong in here. I just realized I did not pick a song request. But the reality is like. There's no motivation in it. I am not top tier. Even when we got the Rivals stuff, and we were all doing like weekly challenges, it's not motivation for me to unlock medals and achievements and stuff. Like the incentive to get all that stuff becomes like get all the clothes, unlock all the money, get all the cool instruments, unlock more stuff for my character. But I don't go chasing through it. If you play like Guitar Hero 1 or 2 or whatever, where I get to unlock all the songs, that is motivation to go through and unlock all the songs. I like to unlock all the venues. I like the rewards. I don't necessarily care about the little gems or the achievement trophies.
No, I mean, I like, you know, every once in a while, like seeing something like, oh, hey, you got an achievement because, you know, you beat chapter 5 or whatever, you know. Little achievements like that pop off for every once in a while. It's kind of like a goofy one, like you wouldn't have thought was going to happen. Like, oh, I don't even know what a good example would be. I can use like in my golf game a good example of, oh, if you skip the ball across the water, you get a trophy. Right. The equivalent of that in like, you know, Rock Band.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No. Those things make me do stuff, but like. It's more fun, right, when you get those by accident, when you didn't know that was coming, or you didn't plan it. Even something like complete the achievement to play the endless set list or those kind of things are more motivating to me than like blue crowns, green crowns.
Yeah, and they're usually typically there's not like a trophy for like, oh, UFC'd every single song. There's like a trophy for like UFC'd a song, you know, like. You did it. Yeah. You don't have to do it 20 times. You know.
Congratulations! You got your first full combo. Good job. Proud of you.
Right.
Gold star.
Yep.
Yeah, I just like to acknowledge that there's so much of this community that like are streaming live on TikTok and stuff that like blow my mind.
Oh yeah.
Like
People putting the guitar behind their head and playing backwards, and yeah.
but they're playing things that I'm not like as somebody who plays all the instruments on Expert, somebody who understands these charts and has fingered every single one of those power chords, right? Understands what I'm looking at when I look at the chart behind us. Like that's Through the Fire and Flames, right? I understand what I'm looking at, but I don't know how to play it.
No. My daughter is pretty good on Expert guitar.
Yeah.
But she's certainly not like, 50 FCs of the whole album. Like if she's trying to play like Through the Fire and Flames, she can do it way better than me. She can get through it, but I don't think she's going to get 100%,
Yeah. I most of the time when I see the 100% thing and the voice goes full combo, I'm kind of like, oh my God, I did it. Like, I don't remember the last time I did that.
Yeah.
It's not something I do often, and it feels good, but it is not something I chase. Speaking of things that feel good, but I don't chase them, it's time for the song request of the week.
So I've got a good one that I don't believe is ever on here, and I have a little bit of a story behind it because it's a song I've liked for a long time, but I always thought of it as Phil Collins' "Easy Lover."
Oh,
and while Phil Collins is on it, it's not technically Phil Collins' song. It's Philip Bailey featuring Phil Collins, who I don't ever remember that being the way it was, kind of introduced on the radio when I was younger,
Right.
But I guess Philip Bailey's from Earth, Wind and Fire, and it was, I don't know if they wrote it for a soundtrack or if it was just his first solo album or what, but love that song.
Can we get September by Earth, Wind and Fire? Can we get Do You Remember?
I wouldn't be shocked if that was actually in Rock Band. I'd have to look.
I think it is, and I'm not going to request that. But like, can that be the day the game comes out so that can be the marketing? Please.
Well, that makes me think of when they did the first time Rock Band DLC shut down, and they saved American Pie for the day the music died. But they held on to that thing for like whatever it was, 4 years or whatever. So that was nice and fitting.
Because I didn't prep a song request of the week. I've always wanted anything from Pink Floyd in here. Anything, literally anything. I'd take preferably
one of their bad songs.
Yeah, I take plenty of the bad songs, but like I would love like Comfortably Numb in here, or just anything. Just because it's not been in here, it's a band that's been completely ignored for.
I doubt they've been ignored. I doubt they're willing to put their songs for the video games. Or they want exorbitant amounts of money.
Yeah, which is annoying because when was the last time anybody really talked about Pink Floyd? I did.
Sure.
Don't come at me for that stuff at the Sphere or whatever.
Yeah,
they did a show at the Sphere, like a laser thing, didn't they?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I know Metallica is doing like a tour there, or not, a residency, whatever you want to call it.
Speaking of Metallica stuff in here, I know that they seem to get happy and then leave and then get happy and then leave and then get happy and then leave. I would love to see the Metallica songs that got delisted over the years for the games, various games that are no longer available, or the songs that got pulled out of export packs.
I like King Nothing. I know that's not most people's favorite Metallica album, but I love that song.
Anything. I once again, give me the new stuff. I want new stuff. So you're right. Metallica stuff that's never been in the games, because I'm pretty sure I can bring customs in on PC when I play Stage Tour on Steam. Anyway, I'll pick a Pink Floyd song. I'll go through them and decide which one I want the most. It'll be in our set list over on Spotify of our Stage Tour requests. You can get that link on our YouTube community tab if you want that set list and you want to see the other songs we've requested here on Living Room Clutter, the #1 rhythm gaming podcast from 2015. Keith, you got any final words here for our friends over at the the Living Room Clutter Rock Band Jam session of Stage Tour on live guitar, live VR.
Show us some actual footage of people. Do a thing at San Diego Comic-Con. Do another IGN live, but actually show some stuff.
Yeah, instead of like 3 seconds of non-synced gameplay.
Right. Sure.
Like show us real gameplay, real.
Give us something, even if it's just a small thing, just a little bit.
One of the next set list reveal. Can you do like the Rock Band DLC video where you show all the tracks and the game playing?
Sure.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Give us the tease. Let us get hyped. Stage tour. Guitar Hero Live. Rock Band 4. These are just video games. I'm Dave, and this is just a rhythm gaming podcast. Living Room Clutter, episode 5. Our email is livingroomclutter@gmail.com. If you want to come on the show, talk about your history with the series at this point. And if you want to do any of those things, all that contact information is there. We're available on your favorite podcatchers and live on 9:30 p.m. Tuesday nights on the Snack Network Twitch channel and the Living Room Clutter YouTube channel and Facebook. My Facebook. If you just wanted to say hi there, you could. It's Living Room Clutter Radio. See you next week. Rock on, rock out. Good morning, good night, and goodbye. That's what I say now.
See you guys.